What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of a very special episode of 101 Sports and Cards, Sports Card Edition. As always, I'm Nathan Holloway, other host and main host, Jared.
How's it going, everybody? First of all, I want to say Happy New Year. I hope you all had a safe and good New Year. If you drank, hope you not hungover. I know a couple people are. Not going to name names, but we know who you are.
Yes, we do.
So, today's slate, we have the Hobby Awards show, of course. We're going to do that at the end. We're going to do our main program, like, the normal stuff. And then we're going to get into the Hobby Awards, and I'm very excited for the Hobby Awards. It's one of my favorite things to do every year, because it just kind of shows how either great of a year it was or how crappy of a year it was for you. And you can let us know on some of our picks of some products and stuff like that. And, tell us what your best pickup was or something like that. Get some engagement. Tell us, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, we're going to go ahead and jump right into some releases. Of course, there's no releases today because it is New Year's. So, that's good. All these card companies are like, you know what? It's New Year's. They're not spending money on cards right now. They're probably spending money on alcohol and food. So good idea. But then Friday, they're like, okay, New Year's is over. It's the second or third day of the New Year. Let's just kick them right in the balls and give them Topps Luminaries baseball, which is a beautiful set, absolutely gorgeous set. But it's very expensive for good reason. I mean, it's some awesome stuff in it. And also, Contenders Optic Basketball comes out. This is Wemby's rookie year still.
There are Tim Duncan orders in it.
There's Tim Duncan orders in every product now. So.
Also, if you're a wrestling fan, like you are.
Yes, I forgot to say the news about that.
Topps.
I actually have. I got it. But if you want to go, you can go.
Well, the pre-orders officially came up. You can get notified by Topps for the pre-order of Topps Chrome WWE today. I believe they start tomorrow. So, good luck actually getting them on Topps' crappy website. Yeah.
The only thing I'm hoping for is they don't jack the prices up. You gotta remember, this is WWE. It is not a main sport. Yes, it's entertainment. I get it, WWE is like one of the hottest things right now in the country. It is, arguably, I would put WWE is more popular than basketball right now. I would arguably say that. So, just don't jack the prices up. And the cards look kind of meh, in my opinion. But until I get them in hand, I'm not going to judge. I will open a box, unless it's just out of reach, and then I'll buy some Panini. The only thing I have to say, Topps, Panini Prism is under $200 most times with 2 autos. You cannot charge $250 for 1 auto. I don't care if you put inscriptions on the damn cards like you did. It's cool and all, but it's a WWE we're talking about. WWE fans will not pay that much. You have big shoes to fill. Because that's the one thing Panini has done really well as WWE. And I will give that to Panini. I am not a Panini fan. I don't mind their baseball, but they jacked the prices up on their baseball, so I kind of stayed away from it this year. But the WWE, they did the best. I think it's the best thing they've done for this licensing with. So hopefully, Topps, don't screw it up like you have with everything else. Don't screw it up, because I'll be very pissed off. That's probably the only thing I'm going to be opening this year. I am really excited for, WWE Sapphire. That'd be kind of sick. You won't be able to afford it, but I will buy a box. I don't care if it's $500. I will buy a box. I don't care. It's WWE. I will spend that. I'm also just buy NT or Flawless,
Yeah.
But we're going to go into some stuff. January. PSA's January grading specials. They kind of suck, but here we go.
They are not specials.
Value bulk grading specials, $18 a card. That is also for Collectors Club only. Value bulk turbo specials, $25 a card. That is a Collectors Club exclusive. Value plus grading special, $35 a card. no membership, and I don't know how long that takes. I think that's like 20 days or something like that. So some big news from Leaf. They are partnered with Ball is Life. So Ball is Life is kind of like their own league, I guess, now, or something like that. And I get like exclusive players and stuff. So we'll be seeing some Leaf autos in them. Leaf will sign pretty much anybody, but I like it. I think that's all the news. There's really not much news because it's doing the new year. So I mean, we could talk about the big sale of the Paul Skeens PSA 10 Super Factor Auto. Went for $111,000. So pretty expensive card. And we can backyard breaks pull Drake Major and Daniels, Prism Nebulas in a 20-minute support, and they also pulled some other good stuff.
They pulled. What did they pull yesterday?
Wasn't like a Jane Daniels Gold Vinyl,
I think, yeah.
So, yeah, that's that. So, I'm not gonna get into it because honestly, don't matter what you say. You could say that they do load boxes and they don't. Don't matter which way. There's always going to be people that disagree with you and get mad at you no matter what. Because if you look at the comment section through those, there's a war zone. So.
I mean, best bet is just if you're going to get into breaks, get into breaks with them.
Yeah.
That's all they do is pull fire.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go into buy, sell, hold. With the loss, yes, last night with Ashton Genty. Because he is very expensive.
So, sell everything because the next thing, he won't be on the news until the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So, just go ahead and sell.
You should have already sold when the product came out, in my opinion. But I think if you want to sell and just make the money now, go ahead. I don't think you're making money if you bought him at release because you're probably losing money because they lost last night and he played like dog crap. He got stopped, and I think it's going to worry a lot of people in the NFL. But he's going to...
He shouldn't, though, because that's all Boise State can do.
Yeah. But I think he's going to be a pretty solid money back. I mean, the kid is good. But, I mean, if you want to wait to the NFL, he's definitely has some draft hype, for sure. He's going to be one of the bigger names in it, I feel like. So, if you want to wait to that and sell then, there's probably be a little spike there. He's definitely going to be a top 10 pick, I feel like, if not higher. You never know. I mean, I think Jamil Gibbs would be taking 7. So.
No running back should be taken in the first round.
Yeah. Next guy is one of my favorite QBs from this class that I was pretty big on, and you was not. And that's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is a major buy. I know he's expensive, but especially with Prism just coming out, but he's good. He is on the older side since he spent however many years he did in college. But this Broncos team, if they can upgrade their receiving core and their running back situation instead of having a 3-back, little whatever the hell they call it, can't think of the word. But they use 3 different backs, and then whoever does the best, they basically use, which usually doesn't work. But the Broncos' defense is probably the second best defense in the league behind the Vikings. Sean Payton is a great coach.
You hate him?
Yeah, which most people do. But Bo Nix has surprised me this year, and the fact that they're probably going to be in the playoffs is just amazing after
the season they had last year.
Yeah. And they've kind of righted the ship by getting him and getting rid of Russ after that absolutely terrible trade.
Yeah. I love Bo Nix. I've liked him since college. I wanted the Vikings to get him over JJ, and there was proof of me saying that. And I liked him. I love Bo. But we got JJ instead, which we got Sammy D, so we don't even need JJ. So
there are teams, Adam Schefter said there are teams expected to call them about JJ McCarthy.
Trade him. I mean, we're not talking about Sammy D. We're not talking about Sammy Dimes. So, but Bo Nix, I think he is a buy, but I do not think he's a buy right now unless we already have his stuff. Because if they go, this is a team that I would not want to play in the playoffs. their defense will screw you. And, Bo Nix can go out there and throw 6 touchdowns. We've seen it.
Or he can go out and throw 6 interceptions. So we've seen it.
Yeah. But, the Broncos is not a team I want to face in the playoffs. They are competitive against all the good teams. They almost beat the Bills. They almost beat the Chiefs.
I wasn't sold on Bo Nix until last week with that game-tying drive against the Bengals in the fourth quarter and how he performed under pressure, which he hasn't been in much this year.
Yeah.
And in college, if you look back at his Auburn days, he did not deal with pressure a lot. Or he did not deal with pressure very well. But once he got to Oregon, stuff changed, and it has continued to change. So I'm now a believer in Bo Nix.
He's definitely
now if he has a bad game, throw some picks, I will break out the Bo Picks nickname.
But I think it's a good buy going to the next season and off season for sure. Everyone's going to be going for Jaden Daniels and Kid Williams and probably even JJ McCarthy maybe.
Drake, man.
Yeah. So I think Bo Nix is one of the more underrated ones, and that's the one I'm going to go after probably. And, of course, Joe Travis, because he's going to get a shot next year. So,
no, he's not.
I like Bo. Next guy is a baseball guy that I have been very high on since he was drafted in 2018 or 2017. And that was Lawrence Butler Lawbutt.
All right, now just hold. Bad thing is he plays for the A's.
They're spending money now, though.
On the wrong people.
Yes, but they're spending money.
On the wrong people.
Yes. He's the best player on this team besides Brett Little. But he's also very young. He's good. He's a big kid. He reminds me a lot of O'Neal Cruz, but he could stay healthy and actually play ball. So I like Lawbutt a lot. He's not too expensive. He used to be very cheap until he had that 18-game hit streak, and he went just basically the hottest player in baseball at one point. So I have always buying Lawbutt. We're not gonna do overrated, underrated, because we kind of already have one of those in the Sports Hobby Awards. So here we go. So I hope you guys are ready. This is the Hobby Awards segment. So here we go. And you guys can always tell us yours too. So first on, product of the year.
I did not go with a sports product. I went with a Pokemon product. I went with Surging Sparks. Just because the amount of hype that was around it and how good it has performed. I mean, you can't find it. If you do find it,
you better buy it.
Yeah, because on the resale market, it's expensive as hell.
Sealed.
But there's so many great cards in the set. Of course, the Pikachu is at the top. But there's many different... If you could pull something in it...
Most likely
it's going to be good.
Yeah. And it's you never see this with a new Pokemon product where you can find it on the shelves and actually make money off of it. It's very rare that you ever see that. I think the next couple sets we're definitely going to see that, with Surging Sparks being that way. Prismatic Evolution is going to be that way. And then the new, I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like the trainer set that's going to feature a bunch of the trainers with the Pokemon. People love those. I think this whole next year for Pokemon is going to be insane. It already is insane, starting from a couple months last year. Yeah, I do agree with that. That's a great part. But I went with the sports. I went with Hoops Premium Stock with the retail hobby boxes. Only because Nebulas will one in every 3 boxes, it seemed like. The product was insane. This is a product you could have got for $120. And everybody slept on it because, it's Hoops Premium Stock. There's no crappy retail product that nobody wants. Well, they killed it. Just the retail hobby boxes. Everything else kind of sucked. But
I regret not buying them.
Oh, everybody does.
3 days they were sitting at Walmart.com.
for $120, and I think they're around $300 a box now. I would have opened mine just because of how good they are. I mean, it was damn near a number card in every pack, it seemed like. So it's a great set.
And you got a guaranteed auto.
Yeah, that's true. You don't usually get guaranteed autos in basketball. So
especially for that cheap.
Yeah. So that is my product of the year. Card of the year, in your opinion.
Card of the year, although it has not surfaced yet.
How? We don't know.
Is the Olympic triple auto of Steph, LeBron, and KD. Yeah,
I think this is for sure the card. I was thinking Skeens, 101 pretty MLB debut patch, or the Shohei baby cut auto that was up there, and some other stuff. I don't think anything compares to the significance of this card. This card is not only just for sports, this is US too. It's just one of the best. It's one of the best cards of all time, in my opinion.
Three goats of the game.
Yeah. In the US Olympic jerseys, they won gold that year. It's just, I think it's a card that, if it ever surfaces, it will be a multi-million-dollar card, I feel like. So, next one. Pickup of the year for you.
My pickup of the year, this is very easy. The Bilal auto, gold auto, out of 10. I got off of eBay.
Yeah, and you love Bilal, so that's pretty nice one for you. Mine was a pretty recent one. I've picked up a lot of stuff, but this, if you guys don't know, I do like soccer somewhat. I do like to watch it sometimes. And the GOAT, in my opinion, is Lionel Messi, and I don't think there's anybody close besides maybe Pele and Ronaldo, but I think it's Messi. I picked up a Mega Cracks Messi rookie in a PSA 7. I just think he's undervalued. I really think he is. So that was my probably best pickup of the year. And the next is pull of the year for you.
You mean favorite pull?
I got two. I got pull of the year, like the most expensive one, and then your favorite pull, unless it's the same.
Mine is the same. My biggest pull and my favorite pull was on release day of Topps Series 1. I bought 2 jumbo boxes from Kyle, and ended up pulling 2 cut autos. One of them was what was the name?
Bob Feller?
Yeah, Bob Feller. And then the other one, my favorite pull and the biggest pull of the year for me was the Roy Campanella cut auto.
Yeah. If you don't know who Roy Campanella is, he's one of the greatest catchers of all time. He would have been one of the best if he would have got his career shortened. Mine, not really massive like that, but my favorite pull of the year and biggest pull of the year is probably the same, kind of. The Greninja EX SIR from Twilight Masquerade. That's a chase card. I'm not a big fan of the card. It's the chase for Pokemon. You always just want to pull the chase card, and I pulled it finally. And then my biggest pull is probably the Yoshinobu Yamamoto Bowman Chrome rookie auto. Because at that point, that was like his first rookie auto, and it was going for an insane amount of money. And I was not really looking for him. I was looking for Cruz and all of them, but I ended up pulling that. So I'll take it. Biggest bust in sports cards of the year.
It's easy. If you've listened to this for a while, you've listened to me talk about this guy. I told you not to buy with all the hype around him. It is Anthony Richardson. Dude cannot stay on the field. When he's on the field, he has no idea what he's doing, playing quarterback. And at the end of this season, he basically quit on the team. I will say that.
Yeah, I think Anthony Richardson's definitely one. I have 2, and the only reason I have 2 is because I kind of want to put some difference in it, because it's definitely Anthony Richardson's one of them. And how much money was getting dumped into him, he just sucks. But another one is Scoot Henderson. I think Scoot Henderson's one of the biggest busts. This dude is very hyped. there was people saying that he was going to be just as good as Wemby, if not better. This dude stinks. He sucks.
He's been somewhat better over the last few months, but he's still not. He's not that good.
Yeah.
He's not even a top 5 player in that class.
Yeah. And he was very hyped. Scoot and Anthony Richardson definitely the 2 bigger busts of the year, I feel like. Biggest surprise of the year. It can either be a card or it can be a player or anything like that.
I did a player. I did buy Lau Koulibaly. I told you guys a long time ago to buy. Told you guys to buy whenever he got drafted. I was a huge Lau fan. Besides Wemby, he's my favorite player in the draft class. He has been great this season for the Wizards. He hit a little rough stretch. He got hurt. And the Wizards are the Wizards are the second worst team in the NBA behind the Pelicans. But he has played really well. He's going to be a key part of their future. And he's a great scorer. He's a great defender. He can do basically everything. And he's so cheap. He's still somewhat cheap. I mean, his stuff went up with his start to the season. But ever since that little rough patch he's had, he has picked it back up. He's still cheap. I'm going to buy a ton more of him because I think he's going to be the second best player of the class behind Wemby. So definitely buy Lau is the biggest surprise / sneaky buy.
Yeah, Lau definitely stepped up his game a lot.
The only downfall is he's a Wizard.
It's very true.
And their future is
not great.
Yeah.
I went with non-sports. I think this is a no-brainer. This is the biggest card in Pokemon right now. It is basically doubled in price. And that's the Umbreon VMAX alternate on it. This thing was hovering on $800 to $700, even $600. Ungraded. This is raw. It is now around $1,500 now. $1,400. PSA 10 is around $20, like $1,900 to $2,000. I mean, this thing doubled in price basically. So I just think is it really a surprise? I don't think so because it's one of the most beautiful cards that I've ever seen in Pokemon. But it's definitely a surprise because this was a card you could have picked up and not many cards just completely double like that. So that's what mine was. Next is your personal favorite product you ripped this year.
It's easy. Pro Debut. It's Pro Debut. Every year has been Pro Debut except for last year. Because last year's Pro Debut was trash. But this year's, it's loaded. It's a fun product. It did move up in price, but it's still cheap. I mean, in the hobby, you get 4 autos. In the jumbo, you get 3 autos, plus the chrome cards come in each. It's a really good buy, especially if you can't afford like Bowman and stuff like that. While Pro Debut autos don't carry the same weight as like Bowman, like first Bowman autos, or even like regular Bowman autos, you can still easily make your money back by pulling one of the top names. And of course, Skeens was in it, Cruz was in it, all the main guys. So unfortunately, I did not pull a Skeens or a Dylan Cruz auto. I mean, I did pull a Dylan Cruz auto, not from it.
Yeah.
Which I'll get to in the next thing.
My personal favorites, I have a Pokemon Sports. Paldea Evolved is one of those I just love opening. There's so many great artworks in it, and it's kind of cheap. And the massive chase card in that is the Magikarp. So, and then Topps Chrome Tennis. I just love it. It's cheap, and you can hit massive cards. Most underrated product of the year.
I have 3. I had 2, but I just thought of a different one that I knew I was going to put and forgot about. The first one is Topps Chrome Tennis, just because it's cheap. It's gone down in price, and it's absolutely loaded. Another is Paldea Evolved, just because it's a fun product to open. There's a lot of value there. It's cheap. My third one is this year, I know it's Panini Baseball, and people hate Panini Baseball, but Panini Elite Extra Edition. It's cheap. You get a ton of hits, and if you pull a Cruz or a Paul Skeens auto,
you just make a ton.
Yeah, especially Skeens.
Yeah.
Skeens, you're making your money back easily.
Yeah. I went with Topps Chrome Tennis. Of course, I love Topps Chrome Tennis. And most of the Pokemon sets, I just Paldea Evolve is very underrated in my opinion, just because of how nice it is. And then I'm gonna go with also Twilight Masquerade. There's a lot of beautiful cards in that set, and the only one that's really taken off is the Greninja. And I don't think the Greninja is even the best artwork in that set. I think the Eevee art whale is the better. There's just so many good ones. Even the Carmine is my favorite card in the set. So I love it. And, it's more Pokemon this year because Pokemon's been really fun and really good.
It's cheap.
Yeah. It's a little bit hard to find because people want it. So, for our last award, most overrated product of the year.
You didn't even tell me this one.
I'll go first then. You're probably going to agree with me. I'm going to Topps Chrome Gilded. I think it's the most overrated set ever. This set is mid. It's just, the value's not there. I mean, it's just not. Most of the autos suck. I've seen some just horrendous autos and everything like that. It's cool and all, but nah. Gilded's definitely one of those. It's just very overrated in my opinion.
I would have said Gilded, but I believe it is Topps Chrome Update Baseball. Yes, Skeens is the main chase in it.
Chrome or just regular flagship?
Chrome.
Okay, you didn't say Chrome.
I said Chrome.
I didn't hear you say Chrome.
But with it, you're chasing the Pro Debut badges, and that is why it is so expensive. It's stupidly overpriced.
$650 a jumbo.
And you're not gonna make your money back unless you pull a Paul Skeens auto.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You have basically a 0% chance of pulling a Pro Debut badge, except for that one guy that went to a card shop and bought 2 boxes and pulled 2 of them.
It's insane.
But it's overrated. Next, it's going to do the same thing that last year's did.
Yeah.
And as soon as the hype dies down, especially once the Skeens gets pulled, if it does, it's just going to just shoot down in price. And at that point, it would be a good buy. But as of right now, it's overrated.
Very overrated. The mega boxes are probably the best buy in my opinion, if you can find them for retail. But you can't because they're reselling for.
I haven't even seen them.
Yeah, I haven't either. Only time I've seen was at a card shop for $95 to $100 a piece. And I'm not paying that. I'm sorry. So that is the awards. But we have 3 things that we want to see this year. 3 things. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I want to see more on-card autos because nobody likes sticker autos because it's lazy. And I would much rather have more on-card autos, but this is not going to happen because Fanatics blows. The next thing, also because Fanatics blows, and this is not going to happen, is lower prices for sports cards. Things absolutely shot up. I know a lot of people have gotten out of the hobby because they just can't afford it anymore since Fanatics has taken over Topps. I'm not even going to blame Panini because Panini, their prices have been basically the same since the boom. They somewhat gradually increase, but for them, they're just trying to make as much money as possible because they know that their licensing for basically everything is done after this year. But definitely want to see lower price on Topps products. There's no reason that, normal people can't even afford a flagship hobby boxes.
Yeah.
Because they're just stupidly expensive. The third thing is another Fanatics thing. Less Fanatics / Topps money grabs. Now, this is also not going to happen. But everybody is tired of the damn Topps now. They're tired of all the, you can chase this and all the new stuff that they're putting. I mean, they've already done it with WWE.
Yeah.
With the Cody Rhodes inscription. Everything, they're just making it a major chase.
It's FOMO.
For some cards, and it's just more money for them.
It's FOMO. They want you to fall into FOMO. and make you spend the money that you know you're not going to pour in it.
Who would have thought all three would be just dissing on Topps?
What's kind of
Not Topps, Fanatics.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything about Topps. It's all Fanatics and Michael Rubin.
Yeah. My 3 is low prices, of course. It's getting outrageous. I've really slowed down on my wax opening, and I'm probably going to slow down even more. There's not much I really want to open anymore besides WWE. I've really only opened up WWE for the past couple months. Last probably 6 months actually has only been. And if I buy any sports cards, it's the boombox because it's better value in my opinion than getting just a normal box. And then I have on-card autos also. Sticker autos suck, especially on high-end products. Get rid of them. Nobody wants them. Triple Threads is a big prime example. Like, why are those sticker autos? You're charging damn near $700 a box for it. The least you can do is put some on-card autos on it. But, that's too much to ask. And then my other one was, like, game used and stuff, but everybody wants that, so I'm not going to go into that. I put better photos for the SPs. The Golden Meals sucked this year. They were horrible. There was literally no good photos of any of them. It's an SP. It's supposed to be a different photo. Make them having fun. Not sitting in the freaking dugout on the bench. Nobody wants that.
I'll one up that, not just SP photos, but all photos, because you have seen Topps and Fanatics use a lot of AI.
Yeah.
Photos and designs for their cards.
People
love just photos of players. It's better. That's why Stadium Club and, Photogenic and stuff like that are just huge things for both Topps and Panini.
Yeah.
Because people love the photography. Nobody wants to see, like the damn inserts that they had with the damn stupid panda wearing the hat.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares about that panda. No offense to pandas, but I love pandas. But nobody wants that. Just put a damn. Just do better. Do better.
Or here's a better one. Just bring regular SPs back instead of Golden Meals. And the thing I hate is they make every card a Golden Meal. So you get a team card of a Golden Meal, that's gonna piss me off. Or just some absolute bum pitcher that's 40 years old.
Or the ones with the two or three players on them.
Yeah, like what's the difference on it? You change the angle. Woo. The photos just have not been good. They've sucked. SPs back in 2022 update when it was the last time we had them. I love them. They were hard to pull, but not too hard to pull. It's better. It's called value. It's what something that a customer. You want to know you're getting good value, not getting bent. And that's kind of what I felt like this past quite a while, because I'm just getting bent, and not a fan of it. So that's all. That is all. Do you have anything else you want to add to this?
New Year's resolution: buy singles, don't buy boxes. Be smart. Don't put yourself into Topps and Fanatics little gimmick that they're pulling. Before long, there's going to be no hobby boxes under $1,000.
Yeah, they might.
Singles are better.
Yeah, you could pick up singles you could pick up like the top name. Well, almost the price of a box. Less than the price of a box, almost. Just small with your money. Be smart with your money unless you don't care and you have a lot of money, then it doesn't really matter to you. But I'm going to start caring because I looked and I can't do it anymore. Because I don't want to, honestly. I feel horrible.
I've looked at mine in the beginning of the year compared to the second half of the year.
Yeah, mine's changed a lot. It's a lot
so much better.
Yeah.
Next year is going to be like the second half of the year the whole way.
Yeah.
That all you have?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. Tell us if we're idiots or not, or tell us some of your product of the year, card of the year, pickup of the year. We'd love to see some cool stuff. So reply on Instagram, reply on YouTube. Hell, send us an email. I don't even use the email, but yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Come back here next week. And as always, keep on collecting.